In this video, I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step process that we deployed for a client to help her get to $100,000 from one launch selling one high-ticket product. So if you want to do the same thing, watch this video till the end and stay tuned. Okay, so let me give you the backstory first. Let me give you a little idea about what this client was doing before she actually got to $100,000 mark. What other products was she selling? Whether she was selling or whether she was not selling, all that kind of stuff. And then we'll get into the nitty gritty of like what the process looked like for her specifically. Okay, and let me put this out very clearly that whatever process we deployed for her may or may not be applicable to you or your business. But the key pillars, the key ideas that I'm going to discuss in this video today with you, I 100% can say with 100% surety, coming from 8 years of experience in this business, having built multiple business, having failed multiple times, I can tell you one thing for sure, that the key pillars, the key ideas that I'm going to discuss in this video are something that you can definitely go and apply in your business too. These are not some surface level stuff. This is what profitable, successful business owners do. Okay, so stay tuned with me. I have my paper here, which I'm going to refer to for notes. I'm going to keep it like here. So if you see me looking down like this, just know that I'm reading or I'm referring to my notes that are kind of, so I like this process actually. Let me show you real quick. Yeah, I know it's messy, but that's how I am. So I like this process whenever I'm about to, do a video or something, I first put my ideas down on paper. Once I've done, brainstorming, not really brainstorming, but outlining my ideas on this piece of paper, when I'm delivering my idea, when I'm delivering my concept, it keeps me on track. Not only that, but while I'm talking about that particular idea, the clarity that I experience is just amazing. Anyway, back to the point. Okay, before we get into the core ideas or the process or whatever, let me give you the backstory. Okay, so this is a client. Now, before she started working with me, which was back in 2021, she's an old client, long-term client. Before she started working with me back in 2021, she was actually kind of transitioning from her daily clinical practice to building her online business. So that being said, she's a board certified physician who helps people lose weight, especially women. Now she has evolved into multiple other things. She's doing multiple other things as well, but she's a known person in her domain. Before that, if we go back to 2018, 2019, she was transitioning. She wanted to spend less time in daily clinical stuff and wanted to build her own business, only to show her daughters that it's possible even at her age. She's 61 right now, or she's going to be 61. So yeah. Now, when we met in 2021, she wanted to sell her course. She wanted to create a course and wanted to sell her course. Now, back in 2021, I honestly could not help people get to $100,000 point. I was doing something for my own, yes, but I hadn't had the capacity to be able to help a client get to that point. So back then I was just helping people create courses and launch those courses. That's it. But there's a lot of like moving parts. When you talk about a 6-figure business, there are a lot of moving parts. It's not just about creating and launching a course. Launching, yes, you put some stuff out, you put some, scarcity, urgency, and you have there are 7 to actually 9 elements to an offer. So if you kind of check all those 9 elements, you know that your offer is going to sell. Let me know in the comments if you want to know about all the 9 elements to creating an irresistible offer. So Back then, I was only helping people create and launch courses and maybe a little bit with the sales pages and offer creation and stuff like that, and maybe a little bit of automation. But I wasn't like, I couldn't take the responsibility for $100,000 launch, let's say. So we did a lot of that. We kind of created a course, we launched it, and it was selling. Now, cut to 2023. 2 years. In 2 years, she has sold her course so many times. And let me tell you, it's a low ticket course. It's selling for $497. She's been selling it for $497. Or, if the upgraded offer was like a maximum $1,000 or so. But in 2 years' time, or maybe 2.5 years' time, actually, she plateaued. She was near burnout. She was like, my sales are consistent. I feel like I've evolved so much more to be doing just this work. She wanted that time autonomy. She wanted to, like, she felt like she's been working on this business a lot, and now she wants her time back. At the same time, she wants her revenue to 10x, right? I mean, who wouldn't want that? Like, after working for a couple of years on your business, you would want your business to skyrocket and build you like six figures, at least, if not seven or eight figures. So she was struggling. She wanted an evolved audience, a better offer, a better, okay, all right, it's fine. She was done being, just the weight loss coach or weight loss doctor. She wanted to be more. She knew she could be more. And what she wanted to do was teach other physicians how to build a digital business. That's what we came to. We just thought, like, it has more to do with her thinking. And then we kind of discussed it that this is a great idea. Let's do that. She wanted to help physicians who are ready to pay more money, let me tell you, to build their own digital business. Okay, here's what we did. So that's a little bit of backstory, that she was plateaued. She wanted to do more. She wanted to be this thought leader. That's what I said to her, that you're at a stage in your life, in your business, that you can be a thought leader at this point. So that's what we discussed. Anyway, now that you have a little understanding of the backstory, that when we started looking at this $100,000 launch or this process, she was already making money. She's already built and sold her $500 product or $1,000 product. So by no means do I want to give you the feeling or the idea that you can go and do a $100,000 launch if you haven't sold anything in your life. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's get into the key ideas that we considered, the gaps that we kind of tried to fill, and what did we actually do. Anyway, idea number one. We knew if we want to make more money, we will have to create a high ticket offer. So, I mean, I'm sure that you have heard of high ticket offers before, but there is an art and science. There is a proper timing to creating a high ticket offer. You can't just throw out a high ticket offer just like that without any planning, without any thinking behind it, without thinking about the consequences of action in order for that offer to be successful. I mean, it's not just about selling, you also have to that you're making. So we knew that if we are selling to the physicians, if we are teaching physicians how to build their own digital business, how to sell their own expertise and knowledge in order to generate more revenue, in order to generate time autonomy, because that's what most physicians are looking for in their life and their business, then the whole thing actually has a higher perceived value compared to the $497 product that she has been selling. So we knew that we could charge more. We knew that we could create a high ticket offer. And that's what we did. So that's the gap so it's kind of like we kind of understood the gap. We knew that this is the gap. People are looking for more revenue, more time autonomy, more time to themselves to be spent to with their kids and their family and their spouse. And so we knew it was worth more than just $1,000 or $2,000. So give me a comment in the comments. Tell me how much did we actually charge, and in the end, I'll tell you how much we actually charged. But in the comments, if you have a guess, because it's definitely not 500, it's definitely not 1,000. Give me a guess. How much is it? Or how much was it at the time? Okay, so, and I'm talking about back in 2023. Back in 2023, the idea of high ticket offer was like different from what it is today. Okay, idea number two. We nailed the audience. We sat down and we worked on the right audience. Who is the right audience? What are they actually looking for? Now, I've already given you a glimpse of the right audience when I say physicians who are looking for more revenue, who are looking for time autonomy, and want to build their own digital business, who want to take their time away from, the daily practice. This is exactly what I want you to do in your business. When you are trying to find the right audience for your offer, ask yourself, what is my audience actually looking for? Actually, let me give you a question. What are the three things that they're actually looking for? You could consider this. You could, imagine this from the standpoint of what are the three pain points of my audience. But I also want you to think about like, okay, this is the pain. This is the pain that they want to get away from. But what is it that they're actually looking for? And in the exercise that we did, we kind of sat down and we kind of did lots of exercises in order to come to this answer. Because it's not just about pain points. It's also about what is the identity they're going to step into. What is the process they're looking for? How does it look like for them? Is it doable for them or not? So if somebody is, I was literally about to give away the amount, the pricing, the investment for this offer, but let me put it this way. If somebody is going to pay, random number, $25,000 for a program, all right, what are they expecting? What would make someone pay $25,000 for a program like this? I mean, there are multiple other programs that could teach you how to, start a digital business. But my question to you is something to consider for your business as well, for your offer as well, is that what will make people pay X amount of money to that offer, to you? Okay. Once you have the answer to that, you kind of start looking, you kind of start creating everything from that vantage point then. Okay. So I'm going to give you a little bit of idea of like, okay, we did go through, okay, who is it? What do they want? Why do they want it? How does it look like for them? What if? Now, what if in my messaging, in my business, I give a lot of importance to what if? What if is not just about, oh my God, what if this happens? What if this doesn't happen? What if is possibilities. What if is handling objections. And it can be looked at from both the perspective of you as a seller, but also, the customer. Like somebody is about to enroll, what would their what ifs be? So that's where you're handling objections. So if you can answer their what ifs, you're handling objections. Let me give you an example. If someone, you as a business owner already know that someone, when you quote your price, let's say it's $5,000 or $500, when you quote your price, almost immediately someone's mind or your ideal audience's mind will go through this question, will go through this point that, okay, but what if my spouse doesn't agree to this? What if I can get it cheaper? What if I pay $5,000 but you don't deliver? Now, let me tell you something. Here's a great tip for you. The objections that you will have if you're charging $5,000 would be totally different, almost different, from the objections that you will have if you're selling a product for $500, because the psychology is totally different when somebody is about to buy a $500 product or $5 product compared to the psychology or the behavior they show up, or the brain, the things that their brain does when they see the price $5,000. It just totally depends on the audience that you're dealing with. That's exactly why I said that we sat down and discussed what kind of audience do we want in this cohort, or in this offer, in this program. Because if you're attracting and since it's a high ticket offer again, if you're attracting people who have never made a purchase, who don't see the value in a $25,000 product, who cannot mentally justify an investment of $25,000, then you're really not attracting the right people or the right person in your program. So that's where it's not just about saying physician, it's not just about saying people looking for more revenue and time autonomy. It goes deeper. It goes into psychology. It goes into behavioral science and so many other. It goes into identity, so many other things. So if you need help in breaking down your business roadmap to $100,000, you need help, comment me and reach out. And yes, I am doing something called as Moonshot Accelerator, where we take people like you who are ready to explode, who are ready to put their message out, who are ready to nail down the offer, the audience, and the other idea that I'm about to give you, and who are ready for that next moonshot, level. Then this is the help. This is the one-on-one, also hybrid program that we run for 9 months. We have some power-up systems. There is one-on-one, but there are also some power-up systems that we plant into your business that run in the back end, that help you generate leads, generate content, and XYZ, so that you can reach to a point where you have an ecosystem that kind of generates revenue for you. Okay, let's go to idea number 3, right messaging. Now, messaging, a lot of people think is about copywriting or content. Okay, yes, but it is also a blend of your personality, your brand's personality, your audience's personality. And when I say your audience's personality, it's also about like, okay, who are you going to attract? So in your content, in your messaging, you kind of blend that personality so that this person who is aspiring for this personality kind of sees through that your content is made for them. All right, so let me say that again. 3 things. Right messaging is a blend of your brand's personality, and your audience's personality, or your ideal audience's personality. And I'm not talking about the personality that they're currently at. I'm talking about the person for them. All right, so let me say that again. 3 things. Right messaging is a blend of your brand's personality, and your audience's personality, or your ideal audience's personality. And I'm not talking about the personality that they're currently at. I'm talking about the personality that they're aspiring to. So your content should be a blend of all the 3. Once you have nailed this, then your messaging is on point. Now, we can break all of these 3 ideas, these 3 pillars, your personality, your brand's personality, your audience's personality. We can break this further down in order to get to this point where we understand, okay, what are we actually going to say so that our audience understands what we're saying, right? So then we go into the pain, we go into current reality, we go into desired reality, we go into the struggle, we go into story, we go into X amount of other things. We also go into how to say something so that your audience understands it. Okay, let me give you a disclaimer here, which is probably just going to make the video a little complicated for you. So what you're going to say when you're selling and how you're going to say, of course, will look totally different if you're selling a $500 product compared to if you're selling a $5,000 or a $10,000 or a $25,000 product, because it won't click. If you keep telling me get 10 signups tomorrow, it won't click because I know what it takes to get 10 signups. But if you say that I'm going to I'm going to give you high quality $10,000 leads in 7 days so that you don't have to work more and you get to teach your ideal audience and you get to charge more. It rings my ear. You have my attention. Why? Because I know that I have to sell a $10,000 product. I know I want high quality leads. Your promise is so specific and so clear that it's kind of ringing a bell. It's kind of, you're getting my attention. As opposed to if you're saying things like get 100 followers or 1,000 followers on Instagram, that's a $27 product, my love. So the messaging that we created for her to be able to sell her physician's program was totally different. The sophistication was totally different. It was just another level. All right, so these are the three things that I wanted to discuss with you today that we kind of did in order to help this client get to those $100,000. If you are interested in learning what happened next, like, okay, we did these three things, we deployed these three things, but how did the process actually look like? Comment process, comment $100,000, and I don't know, maybe I'll record another video. Anyway, the doors to Moonshot Accelerator program, which is the next level program, are open. You can work with me one-on-one, and also remember that we install power-up systems in your business that help you get to your goals faster, in no time, easier. Yes, it takes more than you're imagining. It takes time. It takes you, like I said, your personality. If you don't know what your personality is, what your big promise is, and it's probably going to take much more time, but yes, you will get there. And that's my promise to you. All right. Thank you for watching. See you soon.